website compiled a detailed account of the prosecution's case. The story was based on law enforcement reports, grand jury testimony, and sealed court records. The documents alleged, among other things, that Jackson masturbated his 13-year-old accuser.
The smoking gun article was all of the prosecution's version of the evidence. You know, going back to the allegations in 1993 and then the allegations now that Michael Jackson had this pornography, that he lured the child in, that he was basically keeping the mother at bay, that he flew them all around, and then he quickly got into the good graces of the family and took advantage of the boy.
On January 13th, 2005, ABC's Primetime Live laid out the lurid details. Earlier that day, Jackson's lawyer obtained permission from the court to publish a rebuttal.
In the last few weeks, a large amount of ugly, malicious information has been released into the media about me. Apparently, this information was leaked through transcripts in a grand jury proceeding, where neither my lawyers nor I ever appeared. The information is disgusting and false. Years ago, I allowed a family to visit and spend some time at Neverland. Neverland is my home. I allowed this family into my home because they told me their son was ill with cancer and needed my help. Through the years, I have helped thousands of children who are ill or in distress. These events have caused a nightmare for my family, my children, and me. I never intend to place myself in so vulnerable a position ever again. I love my community, and I have great faith in our justice system. Please keep an open mind and let me have my day in court. I deserve a fair trial like every other American citizen. I will be acquitted and vindicated when the truth is told. Thank you.
The timing of that was perfect by the defense to release it on video right before the jurors were called in for jury selection, because that's when it would have the maximum impact.
The defense scored other victories as well. Judge Rodney Melville ruled that items seized in the 1993 case against Jackson were inadmissible. The judge also ruled that Jackson's accuser and his younger brother, who allegedly witnessed some of the abuse, must testify in open court. Meanwhile, jury selection entered week 2 in Santa Maria, about 75 miles north of Santa Barbara. The initial list included more than 750 potential jurors. Then, on February 10, 2005, 33-year-old actor Corey Feldman was subpoenaed by the prosecution. In a televised interview, Feldman claimed Jackson showed him a coffee table book when Corey was 13. The book reportedly focused on venereal diseases in male and female genitalia. Feldman added that Jackson never touched him inappropriately. By February 23rd, the 12-member jury was selected, 4 men and 8 women, ranging in age from 20 to 79. None of the jurors is African American. The trial kicked off on March 1st, 2005. Cameras were not allowed inside the courthouse, but there were plenty of cameras outside. In his opening statement, DA Thomas Sneddon claimed that Jackson and his handlers panicked after the Martin Bashir documentary aired. According to Sneddon, Jackson's people then asked the accuser to videotape a rebuttal, threatening the family with bodily harm if they refused. Defense attorney Thomas Mesereau Jr. countered with a very different version of the events. He described the accuser's family as a greedy group who had alleged sexual assault in the past, and that Jackson was their next target. Mesereau strongly hinted that his client may take the stand to refute the allegations. On March 3rd, the accuser's family began testifying in explicit detail. The boy's sister said she witnessed Jackson and her 2 preteen brothers sipping wine at Neverland. The accuser's brother testified that twice he saw Jackson masturbating with one hand inside the accuser's underpants.
I'm sorry, I'm under gag order.
On March 10th, 2005, Jackson grabbed headlines. The singer arrived at court an hour and a half late, wearing pajamas. Jackson said he hurt his back and was at a hospital. Then the accuser took the stand. The former cancer patient, now 15, said Jackson gave him wine. He said the singer called it Jesus juice. The boy testified Jackson molested him at least twice. When the accuser stepped down, Judge Rodney Melville ruled that prosecutors could introduce allegations of past molestation by Jackson.
The prosecutor certainly alleges that Michael Jackson fits the profile of a serial child molester.
On April 4th, the floodgates opened. A 24-year-old youth minister testified that Jackson molested him 3 times starting when he was 7 years old. The man cried as he described the incidents. On April 7th, a former security guard testified he witnessed Jackson performing oral sex on a boy at Neverland. Then, a former chef said he caught the pop idol groping child actor Macaulay Culkin in 1991. Culkin had previously denied that Jackson abused him.
He's the kindest, most sincere, genuine person I know. I'm just happy to have him in my life because he's just so sweet and he's always there for me and I'm always there for him.
The accuser's mother testified in April 2005.